Yes then YouTube, we are back with another custom tactics video of a formation that I have loved for many a year, and that is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So without any further ado, you are going to want to use balanced on the defensive style. Yes, balanced. Pressure on heavy touch is good and definitely a viable option. And believe you me, it really is a viable option if you want to use it. But I just think with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, it's so good going forward. So you want to get it right defensively. And I think pressure on heavy touch is a little bit too YOLO when using the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So I do use balanced and I love it. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, please do check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at a checkout for 5% off your order. So the defensive width, you are going to want to go quite narrow with it. I have gone all the way down to 35. Now, the reason being, the more compact you are, the harder you are to break down. For example, your left back will be tucked in nice and tight to your left centre back. Your right back will be tucked in nice and tight to your right centre back. Just in general, it is very narrow and very hard to break down. But, and there is a but, if you don't really enjoy the narrow approach, maybe try 40 to 45 on the defensive width and see if that works for you in that happy medium. But for me, I'm using 35. I'm conceding way less goals with the more narrow defensive width. And that brings us nicely onto the defensive depth. And I've gone a little bit aggressive with it, and I've gone back up to 60. Now, I've been using anywhere between around about 55 to 60 is kind of like the two depths that I'm mainly using at this moment in time. I'm just really liking this balanced 35-60 combo on the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It is very nice, it works, and I can't lie, I'm just absolutely loving it. But if that is a little bit too YOLO for you, maybe lower it down to 55. You won't really notice too much of a problem with that. Balanced and direct passing on new gen is your absolute bread and butter. So if you are on new gen, balanced and direct passing. But if you are on old gen, long ball and balance does work better. I've been noticing on old gen now for the last couple of months, balanced and direct passing just isn't hitting like it used to. Balanced and balanced is good on old gen though, so maybe give that a try. But for me, balanced and direct passing on new gen, long ball and balanced on old gen. The offensive width, I have now actually taken it down ever so slightly to 45. So it was on 50. Now made it a little bit more narrow to 45. I'm actually just scoring more goals with it. For some reason, my left centre mid and my right centre mid are more in better positions than they would normally be. I'm liking it and I'm enjoying it. So 45 on the width. 7 players in the box. No real method to that madness. I just always think the more players we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal. It really is that simple for me. 2 corners and 2 free kicks. And that brings us nicely onto the player instructions. The most important player in the team in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is the cam. So your cam needs to be probably your best player or at least your most effective player. So stay central and getting behind on the 2 strikers. I really like that. I want my strikers making them runs in behind. It gives me more of an option to then play the ball to them if I want to. But then, even if I don't choose to take up that option, the fact that them 2 strikers are making them runs in behind leaves a lot more room for my cam to operate in. And that brings us nicely then onto the cam. I use the cam on comeback on defence and get into the box for cross. But, and there is a but, if you don't like the cam coming back on defence, because it basically will defend in a 4-4-2. So when we don't have the ball, the cam will drop into the left midfield or the right midfield of a 4-4-2. Then when we get the ball, he will then push back up into that cam position. If you don't like that, put him on stay forward. But if you do that, then lower the defensive depth from 60 to 55. So it kind of counteracts the fact that you're leaving the cam on stay forward. Will then make the defensive depth a little bit lower. So I use him on comeback on defence and get into the box for cross. Getting into the box for cross is really simple. More players in the box, more likely we are to score a goal. That then brings us nicely onto the 2 centre mids. Both of them are just on cover centre. Yes, so I don't touch anything. They are both on cover centre. But I then have Ronaldinho on cover wing, because that then means that my Neymar will go to the left side of the 4-4-2 when defending. And then my Ronaldinho, who is obviously an attacker, will be the right midfielder of the 4-4-2. So it kind of just works very nicely in that sense. CDM, pretty obvious, yes, without really going into too much detail of that. Stay back while attacking and cover centre. I was trying drop between defenders, and that is good. Very good. Especially if you want to use one of your fullbacks as like an attacking option. Drop between defenders is really good. Definitely maybe give it a go, but I just think stay back while attacking is a little bit better at the moment. Last but not least, both my left back and my right back are on stay back while attacking. So both of them on stay back while attacking. I don't attack with them. Goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there is my updated 4-1-2-1-2 custom tactics video for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, please, please, please drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below and hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.